Check 1 2. Sorry guys, I'm trying some audio stuff real quick. Yeah, I know you can hear me. I am unsure how things changed, but I will figure it out.
Can only get better. It can only get better. If I lose myself, it can only get better. It can only get better. It can only get better. If I lose myself, it'll only get better. It'll only get better. It'll only get better. If I lose myself, it'll only get better. It'll only get better. It'll only get better. If I lose myself.
All right, so sorry, I got some issues going on here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened. Like, something happened with my computer yesterday, and when I turned on my camera, I was a square, and like one of my monitors was messed up, and now the music wasn't connected, and like I don't know, there were so many things that went wrong. It didn't make sense, and so I'm figuring that out now. So the desktop audio was usually disabled, but now you can suddenly hear it, and yeah, I don't know, very very weird. So that's something I got to figure out before we get started. But if you're not, or if you're new to this, there's a link in the description, shorts.reviews. I'd recommend filling that out, um, and then you should be able to be selected. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Anyway, let me try one thing. I just want to see if it's just one setting. Because, like, we did our VIP meeting over the weekend, and they could hear the music, which normally they couldn't. And I don't know how the hell that happened. So that's kind of what I'm like, what? I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell is going on. So you guys don't hear any, like, echoes or anything, and you can hear me clearly? Is that, everything's good? Yes. Was the... I mean, I think you should be able to. Otherwise, I'd see a shitload of chats saying like, hey, we can't hear you. We see you talking, but we can't hear you. Can you hear this? That's the real question. Could you hear that? Or this? If you can't hear those, then something is really weird. Applause monitor only. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, all right. 1 second. I'm gonna disable what I changed, and then we should be back to normal. It's too loud. What's too loud? Is it too loud? Okay. So 1 second. I know exactly how to turn that down. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Now you should be able to hear things, right? It's not loud for you. Yeah, so I'll just have to get the... Sorry, guys. All right. Basically, I just need to know, like, the reason that it would be too loud is because my voice is too quiet. So that's what we've got to work out. Okay. There we go. All right. Adjust your things to adjust the volumes to be normal, all right? Everything should be closer again. There was too much shit going on. Sorry. Okay. Sweet. All right. So again, if you've never been here, welcome. This is the last Friday that we're doing the shorts reviews. We'll still do them on Monday, and then we're gonna start not next week, but the following week on Thursdays instead. And it's a different thing. You'll see it in emails for all of you that are in the email list, and if you're not, it's pretty easy to get on. Most of you are already on it if you've submitted, because that's the deal. I get your email when you submit. And then a lot of you are like, when I email you tips and stuff, you're like, how'd you get my email? It's like, read the form you filled out, because it says it right at the top. Anyway, we've got 51. You couldn't hear the confetti? Really? Wonder if I screwed that up. Confetti. You can't hear that? Can you hear this? Bow, 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 bow. I see that it's super loud, the confetti. I don't know. You should be able to. That is odd. I wonder why it's not there for you. That is very weird. I can see it coming out the... Can you hear the music? I know it's fine, but I just want to know. You can't hear the music either? Weird. Yes? I'm seeing yes. No sound. Yes. I see yes again. Okay, whatever. I don't know who the hell will listen to. All right. Well, if you can't hear the music, then you can't hear the shorts, which is something that I have to figure out. Nope, it's gone now. Nope. I heard all. No. Yes. No. Will, you tell me. I don't believe anybody. Will needs to tell me. Okay, you can't hear that. They are lying? Who is lying? You can't just say they, Derek. I don't know who you're talking about. Okay. Check 1 2. Check, check, check. Okay. Cool. I don't know why Cat Mom was saying she could hear me when she couldn't. Or she could hear the music when she couldn't. Alright, so desktop audio goes to there, and now you should be able to hear it fine.
4, 3, 2, 1, night stand. Nice to meet you on your next mistake.
Right?
Lay down on the next break. Don't fall in love. I've had enough. You don't know who I am. I've got my reasons. I can't count them on one hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, night stand. One night stand. One night stand.
Okay. Alright. I got it worked out. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, every time I ask you guys stuff, it's lagged, and there's always one person saying the opposite of everything, and so it's ridiculous. Okay, so, hey, flaming animator, whatever. Dude, I get it, but when you can't hear the music, it means you can't hear the shorts either, and that's kind of the fucking point of this, okay? So you can try to rush it all you want, but it's like That's the whole point of the stream. So you guys can hear the shorts, right?
Very simple.
If I'm reviewing you, don't you want to be able to hear what I'm reviewing? Like, that's the deal.
Actually, many years ago, I gave a firm but fair review to
You guys can hear it?
Roadster picture of that one there.
Yeah, and Tesla sued.
Yes, they did, and they lost. And then they
It's super soft. Oh my
appealed,
god.
and they lost that. So I thought, I will never, ever review another Tesla as long as I live. I shall simply ignore them.
However, Tesla is on the brink of becoming...
Okay. All right. I can just hear it. It's super soft. It needs to be louder. I turned it down because it was too loud. Everybody was
a mainstream manufacturer. They reckon that by the end of this year, they'll be bigger than Volvo.
So I couldn't really ignore them anymore. There are, however, some drawbacks. But before talking about those, Mr. Willman said I should fill the remaining 6 seats with a team.
You can't hear the music. There is no music right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to ignore Cat Mom for this one. Everything she says is like way off. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Be right back. I don't know, there's text, visual, and audio, and once you learn what those are for, hookbomb.com is where to go. This channel did what I said and got 650,000 views. Then they did it again and got 7 million views. This is exactly what he did.
There's one game on Roblox you should never play.
That one turned into 670,000 now.
There's one color you should never see.
And then the one that got 7 million views, I think he used this one.
I just found a dark secret in this Roblox game, and
I just found a crazy secret in this yin and yang illusion.
They actually got more views than the hook from Hookbomb that inspired it. By the way, these examples are coming from hookbomb.com. It's a tool I made that... Okay, I had to open the door for Milo. Okay, number 25.
There is a glitch so broken that it makes beating Minecraft completely impossible. Now, you probably know that before you can even kill the Ender Dragon, that you must destroy every End Crystal first. Because if you don't, the dragon just outheals everything you throw at it. But...
Typically when I talk shit about, you probably know that, it's because they use it as the very first sentence. Whereas this was very, very good the way it was done. Because, like... The hook prefaces the fact that you kind of have to know Minecraft. And so there's a glitch. I mean, it works together, right? But if somebody's like, you probably know that you got to do this or that, if they don't know it, they'll leave. But if you start with, I'm going to give you value, and you probably know that, if they don't know it, they'll probably still stick around for the value because they're still that interested. So this is like a really solid way to start. I have to move something on my screen real quick. And there we go. All right. Solid start. Okay.
There is a glitch so broken that it makes beating Minecraft completely impossible. Now,
I love that, man. Honestly, that's such a good hook, you could use it for any game.
Now, you probably know that before you can even kill the Ender Dragon, that you must destroy every End Crystal.
And actually, this is such a general thing about Minecraft that even I know it. Like, I just know that that's the end, and it's pretty obvious. Like, to beat Minecraft is basically what you're saying, so it's totally fine.
First, because if you don't, the dragon just outheals everything you throw at it. But with this glitch, we can make every End Crystal completely unbreakable. Because if you kill the Ender Dragon, then immediately respawn it, during the respawn, we can use flying machines to move each crystal exactly 12 blocks away from the pillar, which somehow stops the crystals from being reset. It makes them impossible to destroy. So the next time a player enters the end, they would soon find out that they can't kill the Ender Dragon, since none of the crystals break, which means the portal never generates, and there's no way to...
Oh my god. This whole time I'm like, why the fuck would you do it if you already beat it? Now I get it. See, that's how off I am about this damn game. All right, yeah. So I like it, man. Hey John, I just got back to posting after a month-long break. I usually average around 800k views, but this has been my worst. I'm trying to figure out why this was the case, whether it's the idea, hook, structure. Let me look at another one real quick. Honestly, there was a lot of stuff that built up to... Let me go back through it, but I think the reveal happened halfway through.
You must destroy every end crystal first, because if you don't, the dragon just outheals everything you throw at it. But with this glitch, we can make every end crystal completely unbreakable. Because if you kill the ender dragon, then immediately respawn it, during the respawn, we can use...
Honestly, it's like you kept trying to hook before, like you wouldn't get to the value in time. And so, I don't know if you do this a lot, but... You hooked, and then you rehooked, and then you rehooked, and I'm like, dude, just get to the fucking thing. Like, don't stop explaining. And so, I don't know if you do that on every video, but this one was a little annoying, because it's like, because if we do this, then this, and it's like, okay, well, tell me, right? And so, maybe people bail halfway through. But didn't you say you took a break? Because that is that's usually, like, a pretty important variable to consider. So you get consistent big views. Like, I'm just pointing out the one thing that I could notice immediately, but that also might not be the case. If you took a long break, that long of a break, then YouTube is probably just waiting on you to post your next thing. I see it all the time where you'll, like, I've not posted on my channel for, I don't know, 6-8 months, something like that, and when I post again, I'll probably get a small amount of views until YouTube knows that I'm gonna post again. Like, it's like, are they gonna be consistent? Because we'll give them millions of views again if they're gonna keep at it, but we don't want to waste all these impressions on somebody that posts once a year, you know. So my recommendation is just keep posting and you should be good. But yeah, it's a really solid build up. I like the vibe. Number 43.
He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but his competitors...
What was the first word?
He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but his competitors didn't like it, so they told everyone that his food is dangerous. This led people to avoid his stand. Therefore, he hired people to wear white coats and eat his hot dogs, and when people saw them, they thought they were doctors from a nearby hospital, and came to the conclusion that his hot dogs are safe to eat. You see, this is known as lookism, because people tend to judge everything by its cover. He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but
By its what?
by its cover. He would sell the...
I feel like it... I don't understand. It's like,
He would sell the...
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I need advice on how to improve my hooks. I think you need to improve a little bit more than that.
He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but his competitors didn't like it, so they told everyone that his food is dangerous. This led people to avoid his...
You know, the setup of the story is fine. I think I'm, like, really distracted by a lot of, like, I'm having a tough time knowing where to look sometimes, but one second.
He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but his competitors didn't like it, so they told everyone that his food is dangerous. This led people to avoid his stand. Therefore, he hired people to wear white coats and eat his hot dog.
It's not so bad, but I noticed that a lot of people that do this, they put so much camera movement involved. And there's another person that does this too, where the one that they're in the VIPs, right? I believe, and they had the animation about the shark and the mob that threw the guy into the water, and like the camera is just moving around so much. It's like, fucking keep it still so I can see what the hell you're pointing at for at least a second. Damn. And so that's one of these things where I'm noticing a lot of people are doing it and it's hurting them, right? Whereas if you go to my animation channel, there is camera movement, but it's so smooth and it's slow. And a lot of the times that I'm just trying to talk about a character, it'll just like push in on the character, right? But this is like spinning around things, and it's you're creating an annoyance for the viewer when they just kind of want to pay attention to what you're talking about. So the stakes are the guy sells the cheapest hot dogs, but his competition hates it.
He would sell the cheapest hot dogs, but his competitors didn't like it.
Yeah, like even something as simple as the camera kind of like moves away and then points back.
Competitor.
Like it. Do you see how it pointed left and then pushed them? You have a Bezier interpolation situation going on, where like the Bezier curve moves your camera left and then back to center, and so you need to select it and select linear. And then, honestly, if you want the smoothness to happen, you have, let me just think here. All right, so you have frame here, and then you have frame here, and, like, this is camera far back, and then this is camera close, right? And so if you select the line and then choose linear, it'll just keep a solid speed all the way through. But sometimes that's annoying, because it goes, and then it stops. So maybe you want it to slow down when it gets there. Well, I would keep the same frames, but then I would put a frame right here, right before the ending, and I drag it back just a little bit, and then do it again and drag that back just a little bit, and just leave it all linear, but then you can manually slow it down. And that's how I avoid all of these stupid fucking camera choices, because it's not you choosing to do it, it's your animation program using Bezier to like move it around, and it's so annoying. And Will, that's a big problem that you had too, I remember. And so, yeah. Why is the timer stalled? You know what? I'm just going to turn off the timer so people stop asking. That's not the timer button. Yeah, I'm not doing timer right now. So, yeah. Goodbye, timer. I'm giving advice. Okay, anyway, I hope that helped. So, the next one is, and you'll never know. You'll never know. We had a lot of stuff go on today with the products that we're building, and I'm just not in the fucking mood to deal with all this stuff. So I am going at my own pace. And I'm not saying that you were telling me not to. I understand that. It's just there's so much confusion that happened earlier, and I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna take it easy. All right, this Elden Ring item was a nightmare to speedrun. The Dark Light Gamer. I remember that name. Okay, you're saying that I noticed that people are leaving really quickly. Let me just move that up here so you can see it. Notice that people are leaving really quickly, but I don't know why, because it seems to be a hook issue. Because it doesn't seem to be a hook issue. Well, it might be, and you might be misconstruing what a hook is too, because a lot of people think I said the really cool thing, but a hook isn't only what you said. Monty. Oh shit! 1 second.
You ought to know there's text, visual, and audio. And once you learn what those are for, hookbomb.com is where to go.
This channel did what I said and got 650,000 views. Then they did it again and got 7 million views. This is exactly what he did.
There's one game on Roblox you should never play.
That one turned into 670,000 now.
There's one color you should never see.
And then the one that got 7 million views, I think he used this one.
I just found a dark secret in this Roblox game, and
I just found a crazy secret in this yin and yang.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, I see something going on. Why are there skeletons? Oh yeah, the skeleton thing was funny, but it's definitely not annoying skeleton-y stuff. It was whatever. It was poison hot dogs. Okay, going back to this one. You recently reviewed me and said something about a slow start or something, so I tried fixing something that here with gameplay behind the wheel something, and then cut to the full wheel, and less time something in between of what I'm... Okay, I get you. Let's do this. Oh yeah, the wheel thing. There's a lot of confusion every time I see this because there's so much shit on it. And I don't know if a wheel is the best way to show every single item because the text is so small, but let's see. Speedrunning random Elden Ring items. So that probably has to stay up for, okay, yeah, a couple seconds.
Speedrunning random Elden Ring items. Today, we'll be speedrunning the Gothic Soldier Helm.
Alright, so couple things first. It's like it starts with a character back here, but it's so... Why? Right? Because it immediately goes to the white screen. And if you're trying to say, like, if you're trying to visually show, hey, I'm playing the game in this, you'd show it, right? But you have the thing here instead. The issue is the background of your wheel is white, and so you were trying to get the best of both worlds instead of just masking out the wheel.
Speedrunning random Elden Ring items.
So you lowered the opacity. You should have just masked out the wheel.
Today, I'll be speedrunning Necrotic Soldier.
At least that's what I would have done. I would have put the wheel over my footage, which is fairly easy to do depending on what you use to edit. I don't know how CapCut does masking, but there's no way it doesn't because it's an editing program. But yeah. All right. So, speedrunning random Elden Ring items.
I'll be speedrunning Necrotic.
I can't really understand what you're saying, by the way. Honestly, when I hear the voice, I'd probably...
Speedrunning random Elden Ring items. Today, I'll be speedrunning Necrotic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bailing already. It's like the voice, there's no clarity. I can't understand what's going on. I don't see the wheel immediately, so I don't have enough time to connect the dots here. When the wheel finally comes up, there's so many things on it that I'm confused. And really, it's the wheel that's the problem, because I've never seen something like that. I don't fucking get it. It's very weird looking. When I look at the wheel on my thing, it's also very weird looking, but it's only numbers. So it's real easy to understand that I'm picking numbers, especially when there's a number in the middle of it. But, yeah. So dude, if anything, I would have like a list or something, or you know what? I would probably just have the one word, and then it would like cycle through. You'd see like it going through a lot of different words. And as it slows down, it's like, item, ding. Like that's the best way to show it. Because this is just crazy.
Soldier Helm. This run is way less about perfect execution.
But also, I gotta say, your biggest issue is just the idea in general. Speedrunning to get to an item, I think, I don't know. I guess I would have to see a version that was done well. Speedrunning, I don't know. I guess I could look it up. Speedrunning Elden Ring item. Like you're speedrunning to get to it, and so it's like I don't care, right? I have to understand why this is important. How to beat Elden Ring in 4... Okay, that makes sense. Speedrunning random Elden Ring items. Oh my god, this right here, is this you? Because this is like way better. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like this is exactly what I was talking about. It slows down and then it lands on an item. I mean, what? This one did pretty well, right? 72,000? Much better. Yeah. Damn, this is like so solid and easy to understand. That wheel is a bad choice. Oh, that's not you. Okay. Well, dude, this is the way to do it if you're going to do it. Dropped by... Okay, that gives me the... I know exactly where it is now. That's the... Dude, that's the way to go about it. Find something that's easier to understand, but like a really muffled voice with a crazy wheel. I mean, you get the idea. I'm not going to keep saying it. Outside of that, you know what? Here's a different one. I wonder that right there. Hold on. 500. They get worse as they go. Yeah, so I think the idea is just not very good in the first place. If this is like the best version of it, I guess I immediately understand what's going on here because I can see it's a wheel, it's spinning, and it gives me enough time to read this. Like, just show the one thing. That's the best way to do it. If you are hell-bent on doing this idea still. I don't... Personally, I'm like, all right, cool, he's going to go find an item. But, like, how does that help me, right? I don't get it. Personally. But that's what I would look for other ideas, personally. But I hope at least the clarity of the spin is better. It clearly worked for this guy a couple times, but it got worse and worse. I like this one better, but I just think the idea is not great. Okay, I'm gonna move on. That's just my thoughts, man. If that's not what you're looking for, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not the person to help. All right, this one's called. They didn't add any details, so I'm just gonna be careful about showing this on screen first.
Have you ever thought of...
Nope, all good. All right. This one is that name.
Have you ever thought of dating your sister? Well, here are some of the best icons to wear in Geometry Dash. This icon is tough. Look at his goofy smile. Look at his teeth. This is a tough icon to wear, and all you need for this icon is some luck. Now for another icon, we have the most iconic icon in the game ever seen.
I know you're trying to do meme stuff, but like okay, you made a joke and then you kind of said, I'm gonna give you some value. And then I'm like, all right, so how do I get that? And then you say, with luck. And so there's no point in watching your content, is what I'm saying.
This is a tough icon to wear, and all you need for this icon is some luck. Now for another icon, we have
Thanks for the info.
the most iconic icon in the game ever seen, the Lucky Block icon. This icon has been used so much in Minecraft. It's the best icon in Geometry Dash, and the way you unlock this icon is 11,000 diamonds. Let me know in the comments what icons you like.
Okay. All right, so I got some value out of it right there at the end. How to get this icon. Like, that would have been how to unlock this icon in Geometry Dash is a proven format that would work, right? But all the extra shit was nothing, in my opinion. You had a crazy hook that might get some people to comment, but like tricks like that will only take you so far. You still have to offer value somewhere. So that would be my advice, is look at other games, see what kind of hooks they use and what kind of formats they use to offer value. I can just look up Geometry Dash real quick just to show you, but it's not like you don't already know. Challenges, you've got the easiest level, world's hardest jump. A lot of these are challenge based, but if you go to Geometry Dash how to, then you've got the correct way to play Geometry Dash. That's more memey, but I like it. Easiest level, free levels. This glitch. Okay, so glitch teaches you. You just have to have an intention with your video and it will do better. But if you don't want to do that, then you can stay at the view level that you are. You don't have to teach. You can entertain. I would just like look at formats that are killing it. Vampire Virtuoso. How is this as a first video on a channel? Will people stick around? Let's take a look-see. I submitted a short a week ago. Will it get reviewed? No. You'll have to submit again today. They get cleared out 2 hours before the stream.
How did the Galapagos tortoise nearly go extinct if they live for over 100 years, lay up to 20 eggs at a time, and have no natural predators? Well, unfortunately for them, they are very delicious. In the early...
So, one thing, it was a solid start. Like, the clarity was 200%. I understand what this is about. I understand exactly what value you're going to offer me. Now, here's, like, you leveled up as a creator. When I heard that, I'm like, okay, they're at a higher level than most people. But now you are at the level where I teach what relevance means. And relevance is like, if you're going to hook me, it has to be relevant to me. I got to care about the tortoise, right? Right now, you're a tortoise teacher. You're a science teacher. And I'm a kid in class that doesn't give a fuck. And so what can you say about this that relates to every person in the world? Or would just make them curious, right? It doesn't have to affect them exactly, but you have to pitch it, you have to hook it in a way that they know it's going to be entertaining. But if you want to go the relevance route, then you could say something like, this is dumb, but like only 5% of people know this about turtles. There. Now it's like, okay, well, what about it? I want to know. Now it's about me, right? Only 5%. I want to be a part of that 5%. You know, make it 5.00001, or well, it'd be a lot less than that. But you get the idea. Like that, you have to make it important. Right now, it's just as important as turtle facts. So, that's the secret. Like, you can be the turtle channel or turtle fact channel or whatever, but until you make everybody care about it, your micro niche will stay micro. Dude, I honestly don't think I even need to give you anything else, because the rest of this is probably good. Honestly, you probably would want to shorten it. If you have more than 3 facts in this, cut it down to 3. If there are more than 3 and you're like, well, there's so much more, that means it's so many more videos, right? I try to tell people to make it 1 idea per short, but if you're just a facts channel, it can work out as like 3 per video.
Early years of their discovery, scientists wanted specimens shipped back to Europe so they could be formally classified as new species, but the tortoise...
Okay, so another option here, instead of the 5%, you can start with the story, which you have a little bit of here, but now you have to make me care about the story instead. And when you pitch a story, you don't pitch it like a fact. You pitch it as this guy was traveling blah 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 when suddenly this thing happened to him. And it can relate to turtles or whatever. Like
In the early years of their discovery, scientists wanted specimens shipped back to Europe so they could be formally classified as new species, but the tortoises almost never survived the voyages because they were eaten along the way.
Yeah, okay, so this guy was leading a team of scientists to take turtles back to Europe so they could classify as new species, right? That's a terrible hook, but that's how the story starts. But one day they had a storm and they ran out of food, or the storm knocked all their food off the boat, and all they had were these turtles. Like, that's how you make it more about the story instead of the fact. So there are 2 options for you. I hope that helps a lot of people here, because there are many ways you could go about this and make it interesting and relevant to anyone, but the way you're pitching it is not. It's only relevant to turtle people. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. On a video about turtles, I want to see real turtles. That's valid. I think when it comes to relevance, showing real turtles is like showing something real. If you're telling me something real, it connects, right? It tracks. But I also understand that History Vampire has a vibe that they're going for, a style, and so they have to accept that there might be a disconnect there if that's what they're gonna do. If I was gonna start a fact channel, I'd be showing pictures of those scientists. I'd be showing the shit, like the real stuff, and I would still be a vampire, cartoon vampire over it, right? There are plenty of PNG tubers out there, or PNG. I don't know what you consider royal pair, but whatever that is called.
So this Florida couple just
whatever. Okay, this one is called The Blue Official. No question. I'm gonna open it up on my...
This is why most people don't realize how impressive this workout is until...
you know, I'm gonna... Hold on 1 second. This is one of those... Yeah, that's a lot of stolen content. I'm not giving it a chance. I'm moving on. Man, using other people's content and doing your best to add commentary to it is just... I'm just so over it. Because everybody knows what you're doing. I'm just tired of it. Vancouver! I'm gonna go back and give it 1 chance. I just want to see how transformative this is.
This is why most people don't realize how impressive this workout is until the end. At first, it just looks like the guy is doing normal wall...
Okay, yeah, they're just narrating the shit. Yeah, stolen content. All right. He radioed This Is It before Mount St. Helens. This might be an issue because I think man, when I see obviously AI generated thumbnails, I avoid it like the plague. It is just bad. But it's not you, dude. I see them on long forms constantly, especially in my niche, and it's like good content creators that just use AI to make their shit. And like, I'm not totally against that if you change it up a bit, or if you like, it's just when it's obvious and you just kind of generated it and put it out just to have something, it's bad, right? I just think it's a marketing mistake because it's very clear when it happens. And if you ever did this is way too many words. But this is just AI content, I believe.
Vancouver! Vancouver! This is it!
Those were the final words of volcanologist David A. Johnson before Mount St. Helens exploded on May 18th, 1980. People nearby thought they were watching a normal volcanic eruption.
Okay, I didn't want to give you a chance because of this right here. It looks like it's AI generated mountain, right? And if that's the case, you might have been like, well, I just wanted to show something to visually hook people. I think it does the opposite when it's AI generated. I think if you showed, I don't know, I think your hook probably should have been based more in its concept rather than visual. I think hearing that guy and then seeing this image would have been more powerful than an AI generated video of the volcano.
Eruption, but then the entire north side of the mountain collapsed. A massive sideways blast of ash, rock, and superheated gas shot out at over 300 miles per hour, flattening forests like toothpicks.
This is cool. This is really cool. But it started so, you know what I mean? It's a bummer. Yeah, so they're using, you're using AI to like make something really great, and that does the opposite.
And
At the beginning, a lot of this isn't AI.
Destroying everything in its path. 57 people died, hundreds of homes were destroyed. Ash spread across 11 states, turning daylight into complete darkness.
Okay, so, yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit with the visual hook. I just avoid AI, man. Just, you have good skills to tell the story, and I hope that's your voice, and I think that you could really do this thing. I mean, this is genuinely interesting. You're saying stuff that I'm not so used to hearing about this. Just make sure you're saying stuff that nobody else is saying, and make sure you're offering insights, like you connect dots. You come up with a different fact that nobody talks about. You show it in a different way than nobody does, and you won't fall into the conflict radius of all the other people that talk about that guy saying those words before St. Helens erupted. And honestly, I don't remember ever hearing that he said that. So that was really, really interesting. If you used AI to generate that voice because people heard it, but maybe they didn't get the recording of it, that's okay. Like, that kind of gets the idea across. But the AI generated video was like, oh my God, here's another AI generated video. And so I scroll before I even give it a chance. That's going to turn a lot of people off, but I recommend keep creating the way that you are. Just avoid the AI visuals there. Yeah, all right, moving on. Yeah, there was more cool shit in that than I think I've heard about St. Helens. I've seen St. Helens shorts before, but that had some new stuff in it. So, yeah. When you do that, by the way, don't use AI to generate the script or all of the facts or anything. Like, you can use it to collect information, but make it yours afterwards. That's the key to not falling into the conflict radius of everybody else. For those that don't know, the conflict radius is this invisible circle of originality. And when somebody does something original on the platform, YouTube doesn't want anybody else to do that thing. And the closer you are to the center of that circle, the less impressions your video is going to get. And then the more original you are, say you cover the same topic, the further away you get from that circle. And I'm not saying niche. Everybody can do Minecraft stuff, but if they all do the same thing and have the same gameplay, then they're all in the same circle, right? That's why a lot of no voice game channels or whatever, they'll just upload their gameplay, and then YouTube will see like little cutscenes or very similar gameplay, and so they don't get impressions. That's why. Also, it's boring now, but it didn't used to be. Okay, I know it doesn't matter, but this video did take a long time to make. Why didn't it get past 30K? Okay, let's see. No, I didn't. There's no reason to stick around. You kind of set up like a joke, but I wasn't hooked. There was no hook, so that's why. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Gollum. Yeah, there's no hook, right? So that's why. I mean, I don't think I can give you anything else. There's just no hook in it. Yeah. Also, that's a lot of words to read for a text hook. But yeah, it doesn't make me curious, and that's the point of a hook. So you got to make me curious. Why am I sticking around? Okay.
I've just discovered that Minecraft's biggest PvP server, PvP Club, is pay to win, and that might be why you've been losing your duel. Let me explain.
So the
PvP Club is...
Okay, I get why you said the biggest PvP server. Okay,
pay to win.
1 second, buddy.
I know there's text, visual, and audio, and once you learn what those are for, hookbomb.com is where to go.
This channel did what I said and got 650,000 views. Then they did it again and got 7 million views. This is exactly what he did.
There's one game on Roblox you should never play.
That one turned into 670,000 now.
There's one color you should never see.
And then the one that got 7 million views, I think he used this one.
I just found a dark secret in this Roblox game, and
I just found a crazy secret in this yin and yang illusion.
They actually got more views than the hook from Hookbomb that inspired it. By the way, these examples are coming from hookbomb.com. It's a tool I made that you can search for all different types of hooks in different niches. You can do faceless. Hookbomb.com if you want it. It's not a subscription.
It's not a subscription!
Recently, somebody got 8 million views with a 1 million view example. It was Roblox too. Hookbomb.com if you want it. It's not a subscription. Let's do another example. Number 3. Perception versus reality. I hope that's what it says. Got it. Example 1. How it feels versus what it actually looks like. All right, this one got 20 million views.
Talking to the moon, talking to the moon.
So you get the idea there. How I think I sound versus how I actually sound. How I think I rap versus how I actually rap. How I think I look when I eat versus how I actually look. Now there is a twist on this format. Instead of perception versus reality, it's expectation versus reality. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Expectation, this one. So a twist on this idea, you expect a recipe to go well that you find online, but then it's chaos, it's a total mess. Or you're playing The Witcher 3, and you expect to be Geralt riding majestically on your horse, but your horse, Roach, is on top of a building. Number 4. How it started versus how it's going. Example 1.
Oh, I like it. I'm doing good. This is great. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh no.
You have how it started on screen, and then you show the before, then how it's going, that's the after. You got a cuddly kitten before, and then after you got a crazy crap cat crapping everywhere. Or you could do something about AI. When it started, it was just funny Shrek pictures, and then after it's... Here's another one. You can nest of flowers in Austin Powers. Okay, back. Sorry.
Biggest PvP server, PvP Club, is pay to win, and that might be why you've been losing your duel. Let me explain. On PvP Club, people with VIP or VIP Plus can get cosmetics like custom armor trims. That wouldn't be a problem if it was coded right. You see, in start game mode you have Prot 4 helmet and chestplate, and your leggings and boots are Prot 3. But not if you have VIP. With VIP, all of your armor is protection 4, giving you an unfair...
1 second. Wow, there's a lot of random shit going on. Yeah, today has been very weird. What a fucking asshole. All right.
Minecraft's biggest PvP server, PvP Club, is pay to win, and that might...
So, the biggest issue with this one, the pacing isn't so bad, but imagine you made this short, 30 seconds, without anything. Like, imagine I've never played the game. Now, say all the words that would make this make sense for me, okay? Because all this stuff that you're talking about is like, techno babble is what most people call it. It's like jargon for the insider. And so I don't know any of the stuff that you're talking about. So you're going to come back at me and say, well, I can't explain any of that because like you have to know all these things for me to teach you what is going on here. And if that's the case, then it's the idea that's bad. And so this does start out like interesting. This is the biggest Minecraft server is pay to win is exactly what makes sense to me, and all the other stuff is technobabble. So like PvP I get, but then there's like so much more. I mean, dude, keeping a short needs to be super simple, right? It needs to be something that I can listen to in the background and still understand what's going on, because even though people are watching it, they're scrolling and their mind is dead. Because that's just how shorts viewers are. And so this feels more like long form information. That's what I would do anyway. There's just like so much shit that you are talking about that you have to understand. Like this needs to be this and this detail and this detail. And it's like, this is just not short worthy. It's just too much shit. Too much shit going on.
The VIP player would have 2 hearts of advantage. This makes every tier test that was between a ranked...
Now, there is one... there is one channel that does explain stuff in Minecraft, a lot of stuff, per shorts, but the way they do it visually is like so, it makes me understand it. They talk about like certain block links. Man, I can't remember their name, but they're very good at simplifying it for me to understand. So like that's really the biggest issue here, I think. I think it's a good idea, but honestly it feels like a long form if you're going to explain all the details. That way you can actually expand a little bit more on them. You said look at that's not great advice that I can give, so I'm going to back it up to the other one you asked about.
Dream and Dr. Donut's new server has officially ruined PvP forever. So recently, Dream and Dr. Donut made a Minecraft server replacing MC tiers. They changed the original kit.
Okay, right now I'm having a tough time knowing where to look. At one point, there's like 6 different things I have to read on screen, and that's what you need to simplify more. When you go and you watch a Minecraft, successful Minecraft Shorts channel, they try to simplify as much as they possibly can, so you only have to look at one thing. But there's like so many things that you're showing at once that's like the next thing that you need to do. That's the next thing you need to focus on, is how to simplify. Okay.
Stun it's when you double click a player while they have their shield up. So after you break their shield, you also knock them up in the air. With this, you can start a combo or combo them. But that...
Yeah. So yeah, your biggest issue is cognitive load. You keep saying stuff and you keep piling on, and it feels like homework. Well, this is happening because this, and you need to understand this, and yeah, it's too much cognitive load. For long form, it's easy because people are primed to learn. They're primed for it. They're primed to watch that stuff. But with shorts, if you add on more than 2 things for them to understand, they'll swipe, and so that's the problem. All right, moving on. Cognitive load is like a huge issue that is kind of difficult to explain, but when I just tell people shorts viewers are dumb, it connects. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, easy enough. What just happened? That was really weird. Okay.
The Oscars had one job, and they blew it 3 times. Ranked. Number 3, How to Train a Dragon lost best score at the Oscars. But just listen.
Okay, I want to know how to write better hooks and where to move in my niche. I gotta say, I have no idea really what I'm looking at here, so visually, I would swipe because visually I don't understand it. Okay.
The Oscars had one job and they blew it 3 times. Ranked number 3.
I would.
How to Train Your Dragon lost best score.
Yeah, so the way that you said that doesn't make sense to me. The Oscars, what?
The Oscars had one job and
they had one job. Okay, now I'm thinking, all right, this short is about a job. This short is about something that the Oscars have to do, right?
The Oscars had one job and they blew it 3 times.
Okay, now I don't understand. They had one job, but they failed to do their job 3 times. All right, now you've created homework for me. So I have to like mentally figure out what that meant. And by the time I do, you're already halfway through number 1. Here's the Oscars fucked up 3 times. Yeah, the Oscars failed 3 times. Like this is how, yeah, here's how the 3 biggest Oscar mistakes this year. Number 1, like that's as simple as it needs to be, because people, when you do a listicle, you don't need to like be clever about your hook as much. You don't have to say they had one job or anything, because people stick around for number 3. The hook is inherently there for listicles, but yeah, so there you go. That'll help you.
Ranked number 3. How to Train Your Dragon lost best score at the Oscars, but just listen. Tell me how this lost. Number 2. Cars was.
That wasn't very clear. I know that you're talking about soundtrack, but you didn't say that, right? There's a lot of missing clarity in most of what you're doing.
Was best animated film to Happy Feet, and Pixar was so angry they put a call out in their next movie.
Wait, what?
Even they. Cars was best animated film to Happy Feet, and Cars was best animated film to Happy Feet.
Cars lost to Happy Feet. Oh, okay. Little things like this where you put a car in your caption, it's like, get rid of it. Every time you add little things like this, you need to learn what works before you can break the rules and start stylizing your own things. So tip number 5, or however many I've given, your shorts, one sec. Oh shit. Here. Your shorts your captions need to be in one spot, right? Cars lost to Happy Feet should be where this captions thing is. That will help you a lot more than anything else, because it will keep people from knowing keep people knowing exactly where to look. And so what I usually do is I keep the thing that I want people to look at right here, no matter what, and then to read right here. But for some reason, you put Cars lost to Happy Feet and the word "and" down here, and like you're trying to make me look at 2 things at once, and I would kind of have to do like, yeah, you're creating a lot of friction with your clarity and the way that you edit this.
And number 1, Star Wars, the film that invented the blockbuster, the film that changed everything. Lost best picture to Annie Hall, a movie most people, even myself, have never even heard of.
Okay, that one. All right, so
the Academy had their biggest chance in history, and they got it wrong.
Okay, so all of this stuff afterwards, dude, just go back and write down everything I've said. I can't remember all the things I said, but I think you got the potential. And the reason I want to stay on this so much is because it sounds like you're from a country where people refuse to put their voice on their content, and I like that you did. I don't know exactly which country, but it's you got that vibe like you have overcome that step where creators will try to do faceless and they'll try to use AI voices and stuff, and I'm so glad that you didn't, because that's huge. And I really think that you can do this. You just got to learn where the friction is created for viewers, and you've got a lot of friction, but you can do this for sure.
It's in history, and they got it wrong. The greatest films.
Now, where your captions are right now, I like that they're in one spot. It's easy to understand, but you gotta put them up, because that's why when people are on their shorts feed, your captions are in this mess of all the other stuff, right? So yeah, that makes sense. That makes me sound like a professional, and that I know what I'm talking about.
But the worst decisions. Which one?
Okay. I want to go back. Farabear said... Farabear. Yeah, Farabear said Farabear official. I don't know why it's cut off. Everything... Man, what in the world? Oh. So many things are falling apart here. They said, show Oscar... They should have showed the actual Oscar show. Okay, yeah, that would have been super helpful, because then visually people understand what you're talking about. Like, you need to visually convey your idea completely. And what I would have done is I would have shown, like, instead of this, and this is where PNG mascots get in the way sometimes, because you're making me think that this guy's important, and he's not to your story, right? Like, first get the fucking content right before you start throwing your character everywhere. That's what I would do anyway. So I would do Farabear's idea here and show the Oscars. You're not going to get in trouble. You're doing commentary, like real commentary, not where people steal TikToks and then narrate that. You're actually offering insights. This list is yours. It's your opinion. Like, that is insight. And so you won't have any trouble. You put that footage up there, and then 3 times, right? Like, the Oscars messed up 3 times. The Oscars failed everyone this year 3 times. There's your hook. Okay, you show the Oscars when you say the Oscars failed everyone this year, and then you pop up a PNG of an actual Oscar trophy, and then or 3, you pop up 3 times, and then like an X over each of them, like bam, bam, bam. And so that's what I would do. That way you have the visual, you got the Oscars, and then when you go boom, 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 they're in the foreground, and the Oscars footage in the background blurs and darkens at the same time, so it stands out. Kind of like what you've got going on here, where it's dark in the background. I believe you blurred and darkened it. If you didn't blur it, it really helps to do that. But yeah, okay, that's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna move on. 3 times. Number 27. Okay, I've seen this person talking a lot, unless they got banned. Oh, they got banned, so nope, they didn't. Maybe they did. Nope. Okay. Whatever. Flaming Animator. You got picked. Excuse me. Get rid of that highlight. Man, my chat button doesn't work. 1 second. There. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Why is it... Okay. Is it my... Is it like 2 frames per second? Okay. Alright, it's just the way that he animated it. Okay. It's like super slow.
Different infinities to create imaginary mass. Imaginary technique. Hollow. Purple.
All right. So I gotta say this hits this. All right. A lot of you guys don't know, but the way that I started creating content was before YouTube. It was for a website called SFDT. And are you punishing us? Wait, why? What's going on? Are you not able to hear something, or? Yeah. My eyes. Now I'm like worried that you guys saw something different. It's giving okay, so never mind. Anyway, so when I was like 12 years old, I made content very similar to this for a website called SFDT, and that was Stick Figure Death Theater. And so back when I was a kid, there was something called stickdeath.com, and it was huge. And I'm sure if you Google it, Stick Death is probably, I don't think it exists anymore, but there's a lot of websites that still have this stuff. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is kind of what it was. And stickdeath.com was like the biggest website back then. Oh my god, Internet Archive, I didn't even think about it. But yeah, it was huge. This is what it looked like. Oh my god, this is so crazy looking at this. Yeah, you would go, and of course, the way that he made his money were those banner ads, and they were like everywhere online. Oh man, good times. But anyway, yeah, that's how I got started. And so I would make little GIFs first, and they would be like 4 frames per second, very similar to what he's doing. And then I learned Flash, and I got a lot better at it. And so, yeah, this is very nostalgic. What I will say is, does it really belong on YouTube? I think it can, but I think that you need to tell a story instead. The first thing that I would say is, where are their heads, right? I understand that you probably picked Joe Cartoon. Oh my god, you know what? Nobody remembers Joe Cartoon. That's the thing. I've brought up Joe Cartoon several times. The freaking frog in a blender and the hamster in the microwave or whatever it was. And like nobody knows what I'm talking about. They always say, you mean albino black sheep? You mean Newgrounds? I'm like, no, like Joe Cartoon. But no, I guess not a lot of people watch Joe Cartoon like we did. For anybody, Joe Cartoon was very disturbing as well. But like, there was one where it was a frog in a blender, and there were like 5 buttons, and it was a frog, and I'm pretty sure the frog would talk shit to you until you hit all the buttons and killed it. It was very weird. I don't want to search frog in a blender because I don't know what'll pop up, but Superfly. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, it still exists. Okay, I'm gonna watch this after the stream. You guys, you gotta check out Joe Cartoon. He is so freaking good. Anyway, if you can handle it. Anyway, so you need some stories, right? And all right, so some of these do have heads, and I would go back to that because what the head does is it gives people more of an understanding, whereas when you have a bunch of these sticks flying around, they don't really know what's going on. So, I don't care if you improve your animation or not. It's all about the story. And so, even if it is 4 frames per second, you're doing a lot more than a lot of these stick. What are they called? The white explainer videos or whatever, where it's just like one picture every 5 or 10 seconds. Yeah, you're doing a lot more than that, to be honest with you. So it doesn't matter how much effort goes into the animation as long as the story is good enough. And so I would just learn storytelling. Make me care about one character, make them go through a situation or overcome something, and then make sure that there's a fun twist at the end. And that's where you need to start, okay? I don't have much more to give you, but this is well worth continuing. Find your thing, keep working at this, because like, even if you're on a website where everybody's a professional right now and you're just getting started, but don't let that deter you, man, because you're doing a lot more than most creators do. Okay, so just keep at it. And if kill and stick people is what that is, then stick with it and you'll learn more and more. This one was the last submission. Although, I have to check something real quick, because if somebody has submitted more than once, they get kicked out of the forum. Hope you guys know that. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. But I need to look at the form. Show me the form. Uh-oh. We got one person that got kicked out of it. Excuse me. Okay, yep, only one person. All right, I can do this now. All right, so Flybuzz? Fleabuzz? Is this content monetization worthy? Let's see. Nope, it's not. I mean, like meme channels like this, I don't think so. Because YouTube's going to see it, and if they're demonetizing channels that put a lot more effort into it than this, then I doubt yours is going to be monetized either. And you can ask other gurus, and they might disagree with me on that, but also make sure that they're not trying to get you to buy something. Yeah, so just meme channels, I don't believe that they get monetized, especially because it's just taking other people's content and then putting words over it. Yeah, an AI would look at all this stuff and be like, it's just one of those templated channels, so I don't believe so. Go and prove me wrong. Keep it going. But just know that each of these it doesn't make much money. And so it looks like YouTube's already limiting these around the 30 to 40K mark. So yeah, it doesn't want it to get any further than that. So sorry. If that's your only question, I'm just going to move on. Because it's not like I can give that advice. It's just meme stuff. Meme stuff.
If the sales lady keeps following you, your first instinct is to distance yourself, but this will only stimulate them to pursue you further. They are committed to that commission, unaware that you're already feeling uncomfortable. So instead, use this psychological shift to turn that commission.
Okay. You say, "Hi, John. Thank you for giving feedback to others. It applies to my content too. I followed the good story flow you suggested, and my retention rates are increasing compared to my first few shorts." Okay. All right. So this, you're trying to teach somebody how to do something, but it takes you so long to get there.
Mission, unaware that you're already.
Also, the commission thing didn't make sense to me. One second.
If the sales lady keeps following you, your first instinct is to distance yourself.
So you start with this shot, and then you go to a cartoon, and then you go back to this shot, and like people were probably interested from this shot, even if it's AI, whatever. If they're gonna stick around, they're gonna stick around. Most of the time, they're not, but that's just kind of.
But this will only stimulate them to pursue you further.
And then you go to this.
They are
this thing, which is a totally different art style.
Committed to that commission, unaware that.
And then this one, totally different art style. Like, there's no consistency in there. You're just kind of showing random shit. And so I think that that's going to turn a lot of people off. But if you're trying to teach people how to do something, this psychological trick.
Talking to yourself and say, it's hard to be attractive nowadays. This leaves their brain a subtle hint that you're talking about them and slows their pace when following you.
Okay, I don't understand that at all. But what I would say is like, if you've ever dealt with this thing, here's a trick to overcome this thing. And then that's your one sentence hook, and then you go and you talk about it. And so you ask, is there value in your craft? If you teach it like that, yeah. But if you wait forever to get to the point and you show a bunch of different shit constantly, I don't think it's going to work out so well. Okay? So consistency in your style, and then like get to the point in the very first, or explain what your point is in the very first sentence, and then get to it throughout the content. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot better. Because you're teaching something, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't include so much of a story angle for that. All right. Yeah. After this, we gotta. Oh shit, we gotta run to VIPs. So, for those that don't know, and this is, yeah, for those that don't know, we have a VIP thing in our Discord. The VIPs get a lot of stuff now. They get Wednesday channel audits, Saturday Q&As. They get guaranteed live stream reviews, like today. So if you're in the Discord, discord.gg/johnscott, you might see this little unlock access channel here, right there, and you'll see this. Also, something that we don't talk about is JohnBot, and JohnBot is helping a lot of people, hopefully the right way. JohnBot, basically, I put over like 1,000 hours of my live streams, my videos, my emails, my conversations, all into this robot that knows nothing else but the stuff that I've said in the past. And it's easy to ask it questions when you can't get a hold of me. And so, like, VIP gets that too. Lots of stuff VIP gets. And if you want access to it, like they got access to, then go to realcreator.community. That's the pitch. That's the pitch. All right, now let's review them. Level Up, you are number 1. I've got something to show you. I've been saving it. Been excited about it. I was gonna do it on Wednesday with the channel audits, but since you're already here, let's make it happen.
A lighthouse keeper gets a message over the radio.
Your son is missing.
In panic, he sails out alone into the northern sea to find him. But the further he gets, the more questions starts to surface about himself and what he's really been running from. And the answers are out there, scattered across abandoned islands, frozen mountain ranges, and ruins of places he used to call home. The question is, are you ready for them? The game is called Will Follow the Light, and it's out now on Steam.
Okay, so this channel has thrown me for a while, because I haven't really thought of the best way to, the best angle for him, because he's like advertising games, and so how do you do that but make it also entertaining? And I came across a channel today. Let me copy it, send it over. I'm always thinking about my VIPs outside of whatever we're doing, because I want to help as much as I can. Because when I help, then I look awesome when they succeed. Okay, I just watched that. Now I can look in history. There. Bam. All right, this is called Alpha Beta Gamer, and this came across my shorts feed, and I thought, damn, that's perfect for Level Up. So let's watch this real quick.
Ever wondered if it's possible to parry a 70-foot excavator wheel? Apparently, the answer is yes. That was really fun. Now let's take down the entire machine. Leave the extractor. While the wheel's down, it gives you time to reach the main body of the machine. You need to tread carefully here.
Okay, so a couple of things I noticed. First, when I watched it all the way through, because like you're kind of watching somebody beat a boss. You're in the gameplay itself, and visually it's captivating. The entire thing is like, holy crap. Then the voiceover, the guy, he throws out puns left and right about it, and like the more puns that he says, I guarantee the more comments people make. I mean, we can go to comments right now. I didn't look at them earlier, but I assume a lot of people comment about his stupid puns, like tread carefully, wheelie fun. Wow, I don't see any, but I'm sure that they're there. They gotta be. Oh, I'm convinced that this is a pun channel disguised as an indie game. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's a ton of them, but like it's tread carefully was a perfect pun. Yeah, a lot of these puns that he makes are just engagement bait, right? And so like that's his thing, and you could probably do something very similar, or I don't know, whatever you want to do, make jokes. But the gameplay and the voiceover fit so well together that it almost seems like his voice is a part of the game.
This unearthly metal monstrosity is based on a real-life mining machine called the Bagger 288. The inside scoop is that it's a huge bucket wheel excavator.
So, the one thing I really love about this is that I can just kind of mentally check out and watch the gameplay. Like, that's all I want to do. It's so fun, and I think it helps that it's a third-person view of this little character doing all this crazy shit, and it fits really well in a vertical sense. Obviously, it's a widescreen game, but they put the black bars there, and I think that helped a lot. So, if I were you, I would find the best games, the best gameplay type games, the most visually captivating, and I would try that. And so basically, if this was my channel, what I would do is I would put a phone filter on my voice and make it sound like so next up we're gonna blah 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 blah, like it sounds like I'm on a phone. And so basically you're like kind of scooping out the lows. And you're scooping out the lows and a little bit of high, so all that's left is the mids, and that's what makes you sound like you're on a telephone. But it makes it more sound like you're on a radio, right? And when you sound like you're on a radio, it's a little bit convincing that it could be a part of the game because there's like a voice effect on it. And when I first heard this on my phone, I thought that it was a voice filter, and I thought his voice was a part of the game, and that it was almost like a tutorial voice that was also narrating for the player. And so making it a part of that makes it less pitchy, I guess, right? And so that's exactly what I would do. And I watched the entire thing, and it's fun to watch. Very Shadow of Colossus type content, and they beat the boss. And so the next game you try to pitch, look for a boss fight and just watch it or play it, and play it epically, record it, and then record your voiceover, make little jokes, do it for like, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds, and then at the end, you make the pitch. Like, this game is called blah, 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 blah. I really think that that's the way to do this, because the summarizing and everything, even when Alpha Beta Gamer does that, it's not as good as this. And this is just a masterclass on how to get people to want to buy a game. All right, let me move on. Alpha Beta Gamer. This one is Alpha Beta Gamer. I guess they're via. No, I'm just kidding. This is Kaylee.
A young streamer with millions of fans refused to say one word on his own camera. For years, the name Speed was his shield. Every time chat guessed his real one, he'd snap and keep screaming. Fans started digging through old socials and yearbooks. The name leaked into Twitch chats, donations, memes, but he never said it back. Then one day, Pogba turned the camera on him and said, "Say it, be proud." He whispered, "Darren Watkins." Pogba smiled. "That's a good name." A young streamer with millions of fans refused to say one.
I like it. I think it's a really solid hook. When you say the word thing, it makes me think of a different word. You know what I mean? So that was like a really, really clever hook.
One word on his own camera. For years, the name Speed was his shield.
I like it, man. Okay. So this is the only short that broke 200K. All right, yeah, but people wanted to know what he was saying. And by the middle, they're like, okay, they figure out what he refuses to say, but now they want to know what his name actually is. And so you kind of keep people rolling along. Basically, you created curiosity, and then you rehooked with another curiosity loop in the middle. So that's why it broke 200K. I don't know what made this one different from the others. I attached a second video link. Let me take a look. And I'll tell you what sucks.
He spent his whole life seeing the world through one
Who's he? I don't care who this is.
eye. For years, his foot had missed every bottom stab, but doctors said the window to fix it had mostly closed in.
Yeah, dude, this is another creator in the VIP, like, can't grasp that you need to ground it in a little bit of reality. This kid from Ohio did something. Bam, there. Now it's grounded in reality. Now we got a little bit of reality in the mix. Speed is a real person, right? And so that's why people started to care about it. They cared a little bit more because he's a celebrity, but like that, yeah, that's what's going on here is you could just make any of this up. It's not grounded in reality. I have said it so many times so many times and it just hasn't connected. But
he spent his whole life seeing the world through one eye. For years, his foot had missed every bottom stab, but doctors said the window to fix it had mostly closed in childhood. Then he handed him a pair of goggles.
And then there's a lot of words in here that just I glaze over because I'm just like, I couldn't pay attention to all of it.
Had missed every bottom stab, but doctors said the window to fix it had mostly closed in childhood. Then he handed him.
So the doctor said the window to fix it had mostly closed in childhood. That is such a complex way to say the doctor couldn't fix it. Okay? So which one do you think a Shorts viewer with their brain turned off is going to understand more? That's the 4th grade reading level that I talk about all the time, guys. Keep it simple. Why didn't he say the streamer's name? He's very popular. I thought it was his own name that he wouldn't say. Which channel? Yeah, he did. Okay. So yeah, level up. I please in the VIP send the next thing. I'll try to pay attention to it. Will and I are working on these tools to get it out for you guys first. It'll be next week. We had to put some, we're troubleshooting. So I'll do my best to get in there and help as much as I can. But whatever one you choose, like, I'd love to see the boss fight. But yeah, so Kaylee, I hope that helps. Like, ground it in reality. Make it about somebody. You don't have to throw out a name, but you have to make them real for the person to care. Because when you do that, then they're like, oh, this is a real story that happened. It could happen to me. I could know somebody that it happened to. Like, it makes it so relevant to the viewer. Also, it really helps that your medium is something that not many people can do, which makes you stand out more than everybody else. And I have to add you to my watch list because, you know what? I don't know your VIP name. I'm going to search Kaylee, but if it's not there, then yeah, no result. Okay. Well, pop in the VIP and tell me your name whenever you can, because I want to add you to my watch list. The reason I do that is because I want to see where people go. There's a couple people that I keep on it because there's like things I need to get them, and so yeah. Okay. Moving on. Cool. Moving on. Cat Mom.
Tua needs to go on a diet, so we tried spinach.
One second. The cat goes on the screen and then Milo's meowing at me.
You ought to know there's text, visual, and audio. And once you learn what those are for, hookbomb.com is where to go.
This channel did what I said and got 650,000 views. Then they did it again and got 7 million views. This is exactly what he did.
There's one game on Roblox you should never play.
That one turned into 670,000 now.
There's one color you should never see.
And then the one that got 7 million views, I think he used this one.
I just found a dark secret in this Roblox game, and
I just found a crazy secret in this yin and yang illusion.
They actually got more views than the hook from Hookbomb that inspired it. By the way, these examples are coming from hookbomb.com. It's a tool I made that you can search for all different types of hooks in different niches. You can do faceless. Hookbomb.com if you want it. It's not a subscription. It's not a subscription! Recently, somebody got 8 million views with a 1 million view example. It was Roblox too. Hookbomb.com if you want it. It's not a subscription. Let's do another example. Number 3. Perception versus reality. I hope that's what it says. Got it. Example 1. How it feels versus what it actually looks like. All right, this one got 20 million views. Okay, sorry. And how many times do I have to turn that off? Okay, so, man, it keeps turning back on. No matter like what I switch to, the chat keeps turning back on. All right. So this one, there's like, I don't know why you would leave such a long pause in there.
On a diet, so we tried spinach. He actually took a bite. Okay, the diet starts tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I think you know why, what I'm going to say. There's no story. There's nothing in this one now. When I remake the shorts with your suggestions, they perform better. You keep asking the same questions. This one's not a story, really. It's just...
Tua needs to go on a diet, so we tried spinach.
Like, Thor needs to go on a diet, so he tried spinach. It failed. So he tried this. It failed. Then one day, I decided to give this, and it succeeded, and then it failed, but then my other cat ate it. Like, that's a story. And so this is just, your cat ate some spinach, and it took forever to do. Like, I don't know. You're heading in the wrong direction here. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's just...
He actually took a bite.
Like, it is cute. It is. But I want you to... Like, this is good... This is good Instagram story content. I guess that's the difference. You want to put out a YouTube short that gets a lot of views, but your cat eating a piece of spinach just does not... You gotta make me care more about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, it just takes a long time, and then it leads to nothing afterwards. I mean, I guess your cat eating the spinach was like a dynamic end to it, but then that was like halfway through. Then you left 15 or 10 more seconds onto the story. So yeah, there's not much I can do with this one. I'm sorry. I wish there was more advice, but this one just isn't even a story. I feel bad, but there's not much I can do with that one. It's like none of the advice that I've given went into that one.
Hey guys, so somebody was telling me they wanted to see my Capra Demon cheese.
Okay, so why would you start with "Hey guys"? Like that? How many shorts do you how many million view shorts do you see out there that starts with "Hey guys," and then there's a pause, and then so blah 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 blah. Like, you don't, right? So you start with the thing on screen already, just like the ones that go big.
Hey guys, so somebody was telling me they wanted to see my Capra Demon cheese.
Okay, so somebody...
Let's get to it.
Yeah, somebody was telling me they wanted to see my Capra Demon cheese, whatever that is. Okay, so you said... Oh, okay, sorry. You said this short was from back when you first found the channel. Okay, it got 34K, and I want you to break down why it outperformed. So, I thought this was new. That's why I was like, why would you do that?
Demon cheese.
You know better.
Let's get to it.
So this one, the only reason I could think it did better is because you created curiosity, and then people stuck around to see what it was. It was very, very clear what was going on. Your visuals are totally clear. I can see what you're doing. People wanted to see it. They got to see it, right? And your layout was super easy to understand. It's your face on top of game footage, and that's it. You went away from it by overthinking a lot of different things, and now you should be back to it, right? You should be half and half, like I explained to everybody, right?
I've had over...
Yeah, okay, so this should be it, but that I Am Swiss cheese is way too big. And then... This is better, much better. The only reason that this one's...
Alright. Go fuck myself, I guess.
Okay, there's no story here. I'm not hooked. You know, you don't give me a reason to stick around. You just start in the middle of the action. So that one is the issue. But your layout is perfect. It's great. And then this one, nope. And then this one, not bad. That's a good one. That's a great start.
I'm startled.
Okay, so this one could have been cut. Like the chat I'm startled is okay if it cut right to it, but like there's a lot of dead air going on here. But your text hook would have made this a lot better. You say the bros overreacted slightly. So that tells me that I'm sticking around for a reaction when what you should be hooking me to care about is what happens in the game. And so it would take me a second to think of like the perfect hook here. But right now it's about you, and it should be about the craziness that's going on here. So if it's something like if your hook was I swear it was an accident, then people are like, what the fuck does that mean? They see you almost dying constantly, and so that could mean one of two things: you fell off accidentally, or you did something awesome accidentally. And that's a hell of a hook, right? Man, I would actually use that at some point. But make sure it applies. Don't just use it because I said to. Yeah, and then when you use text hooks, the big mistake that you're making, I should have pointed out a long time ago, is you're decorating them. You're adding bevels. You're adding little drop shadows and stuff. Dude, don't even add it. Just when you upload it on your phone, add it there. Just that way you know you're doing it right. A text hook should look like a caption that you put on organically on your phone. If you do a text hook like you're decorating it, then it's just like a part of the video and it's not commentary. And the text hook needs to be commentary. And there are ways to do it, and if it's a good enough text hook, it'll work. But I recommend against it because then it gets the wrong idea across. This next one is called Mock Real 1.
Have you ever pushed hard when trying to that might actually save your life? When you pull 90 in a fighter jet, all the blood in your body wants to drain into your feet. Your brain runs out of oxygen in about 5 seconds and you pass out. So pilots tense every muscle from the legs up, hold their breath, and force out short little grunts every...
Okay, so I implemented John's bot script advice and hook. How can I improve the visual hook? It depends on what John Bot said, but since I've never given you script advice, it means that he's never given you script advice. So just be careful trusting what John Bot says. I mean, he knows the things that I've said in the past, so it just depends. A lot of people are assuming that he can watch your shit, and it's just not the case. And if you put in your script and he says it's good, he doesn't understand your pacing, he can't watch your visuals. It's just a bot that answers questions. I'm about to take it off because it's really confusing a lot of people. I implemented John Bot's script advice and hook, but how can I improve the visual? I hope you wrote the hook. Like, this is not, it can't come up with your hook. It can't come up with ideas because I haven't come up with the ideas. It only, yeah, I gotta take it off because
3 seconds. It physically pushes the blood back up to their head. So next time you're having a hard time in the toilet, think of it as a training. Have you ever...
And then for this, I would recommend you doing something visually that nobody else can do. Like, you using all of this footage, I think that you need to stand out a little bit in a way. It's difficult to make this stand out. You're just kind of giving a fact of how pilots get through G's, right? Like heavy G's. If you made it, if you made it about this trick instead, I guess. I mean, it's a funny hook. It is interesting. I guess I just, man, when I see it over Breaking Bad and stuff, I'm like, it's something that anybody can do. I don't really have the greatest advice over this one.
Have you ever pushed hard when trying to that might actually save your life? When you...
It almost sounds like it's the same sentence. Have you ever tried hard to push or whatever that might actually save your life? It almost seems like you were continuing the sentence on, and so that was a a lack of clarity there, I guess.
that might actually save your life. When you pull 9G in a fighter jet, all the blood in your body wants to drain into your feet. Your brain runs out of oxygen in about 5 seconds and you pass out. So pilots tense every muscle from the legs up, hold their breath, and force out short little grunts every 3 seconds. It physically pushes the...
It is. You know what? It's interesting. I hope if nobody else has covered this topic, then you should be good to go. Like, this should be doing okay, right? So give it a little bit of time, I guess. I think it's fine. It seems fine. But if somebody else on YouTube has talked about how they get over these G-forces, then you're falling into the conflict radius, okay? So just keep it up. I don't really know what else to say. My advice is always, if you can put your channel or your video on somebody else's channel and they could pretend it's theirs, if they could just put their voice over it instead, then you got a problem. You're not original enough. And so just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Look at the back of an F-15. See that little chunk missing on the tail? It wasn't supposed to be there. The first F-15s rolled out in 1970.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, you point out one little thing that is observable in the universe and explain it. That's pretty cool. I need to think more on your channel. I think that there's something I feel like you've yet to discover your angle, right? You've got a niche, but you need an angle. And I think with just a little bit more time, you should be good to go. Just, when I pick you, I'm going to pick you one of the Wednesdays, obviously. So I'll have much more of a clear head when I approach it. I'm going to think on it, okay? You're in the VIP, so I'm not rushed.
What if the animatronics in FNAF 2 were fat? If Balloon Boy was...
I feel like I've seen this one. Did I mess up on the eye line? I feel like, or I really think I nailed it. Do you think it hits 1 million? I doubt it, but we'll see. The eye line...
What if the animatronics in FNAF 2 were fat? If Balloon Boy was fat, he would get stuck in the vent while trying to steal your batteries, and then you can finally take those batteries and stuck them up his ass.
I gotta be honest, I can't hear you.
Balloon Boy was fat, he would get stuck in the vent while trying to steal your batteries, and then you can finally take those batteries and
Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
stuck them up his ass. If Puppet was fat, she would trip like a dumbass over her present box and embarrassingly walk her way out of the pizzeria. If Foxy was fat, he would be super...
No. The eye line... Well, god damn it. Okay,
Animatronics in FNAF 2 were fat. If Balloon Boy was...
So where my mouse is where I'm looking.
Fat, he would get stuck in the vent while trying to steal your batteries, and then you can finally take those batteries and stuck them up his ass. If Puppet was fat, she would trip like a dumbass over her present box and embarrassingly walk her way out of the pizzeria. If Foxy was fat, he would be super slow, so it would take him 6 to 7 seconds to get to your office, and you would be able to break his legs like toothpicks in time. And if Mangle was fat, while she's on the ceiling, she would fall down and cause a massive earthquake that would cause the pizzeria to close. What if the
Okay, so there were a couple moments I think you probably noticed where my mouse went totally off. There was one really clever moment where you had the eye line and then the battery showed up and you knew where my eyes were and you pulled it back. And that's a great way to pull it back to the eye line. But you got to do that every time if you're pulling people off the eye line. Yeah, so I think it's okay. As for the million thing, I don't know why people ask me that. Do you think it'll hit 1 million views? I can't answer that, but I will say that really depends on your idea more than anything. And so, yeah, from all the advice I gave last time, which I can't remember, I mean, I know a lot of stuff had to be blurred in the background. I think, I can't remember. I would go back and whenever I said it, go back and watch it. And if it was on Wednesday, I'll show you what we're doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little reveal. Since a lot of people probably bailed already anyway, I feel like I can go ahead and expose this a little bit on what it's going to look like. So if you're watching right now, you're getting a little sneak peek. And then I'll just end up cutting it out afterwards. VIPs, you're going to get a little area that is going to be a part of the tool that accesses the majority of the other tools. But I gotta show you. Little secret, little sneak peek. Bam. Okay, so for the VIPs, you will be down here, and when you click it, it'll have the videos of the Wednesday audits in here, and that's how you get to it. The reason I had to add you to the tool, your own little area, is because the VIP audits are like 2 to 3 hours long, and no matter how much I compress it, I can't get it under 500 megabytes to fit in the Discord. And so all the stuff, I've also got a podcast coming out that will be for you here, and it'll be sort of like my 30 for 30s, except it'll be like the one marketing lesson for that day. And then, of course, when you have the things unlocked, they will be all here to grab: Hook Bomb, Hook Maker, Hook Thief, Hook Raider, and Hook Finder. Or you could buy them separately. Like maybe you already have Hook Bomb. A lot of you already have it. It'll be available right here. If you want the rest, you could click that. But yeah, there are just like, you could buy each one individually, or you could buy them all. And so that's the plan. And it's just that simple. This is Attention OS. And of course, I'm going to have long form tools and thumbnail tools all a part of it. I don't want to reveal too much about the tools, but a lot of you VIPs already saw Hook Thief and Hook Finder in the works, and I'm very, very excited about that. Hook Finder is the live stream one, where you upload the live stream and then it picks all the viral moments out of it. Yeah, so I'm super stoked, and it's nice that it's not like AI tools, it's the JohnBot data behind it instead, which I don't think nobody else has, which is great. It's got all of my live streams and everything. Like, I taught it with only my data, and it's very, very cool. So yeah, VIPs, you're going to get a lot better treatment through this stuff. And so yeah, I would like to also give you the ability to like bookmark your spot in the creator audits or in the channel audits, so you know where to go back to. That would be pretty dope. But we're taking it one step at a time. There's some bugs that Will and I discovered earlier, and so we're putting it off 1 week. But hopefully next week VIPs get it, and the following week everybody else does.
So today I tried my first 2v2 on JJS, and well, I was actually doing
Super chat. Ooh, thank you. Can I send my friend's channel, or are you ending? You can, but it's the same as everybody else. You got to send it in the form. Okay, Meow Rant. So this one here, Meow Rant.
Today I tried my first 2v2 on JJS, and well, I was actually doing all right here. But then this started happening.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. This
So today I tried my first 2v2 on JJS, and well, I was actually doing all right here.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of like boring happening before you continue your story.
Wait. Now you might be thinking, it can't get worse than this, right? After surviving his domain, I thought I was gonna cook. So today I tried my first two.
And then what happened? There's no ending. I'm trying to make sure it's about... Oh man, there's so much to read. Me being bad at this game, and I'm trying to branch out from my Roblox rants. Yeah, this is... I'm confused on what to do. I gotta be honest, like, seeing this, it just looks like all the other Roblox shit that I see. I don't know what to tell you, but this is not what we're looking for in the VIP stuff. I don't want to push you away, especially since you're looking to branch out, but I would recommend exploring other things. This is just the same shit that all the other kids do. And so, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you what you're interested in or what your expertise is or your quirk or anything, but you can go and watch that video and try to like dig deep and see what people would watch you for you. and it's this video right here. Here's why everyone's shorts views stopped. That's the one that you should take a look at. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. I mean, I know the tools that we're going to come out with will help people no matter what niche they are. Hookmaker will. But this, yeah, Roblox rant vibes are just not, yeah, it's not it, man. So, I will say, if you're looking to figure this out, cool. But this kind of content is not what I'm going to review anymore. And so, if you want a refund on the VIP, you're more than welcome to get it, but this isn't, I won't be giving advice on this type of content anymore, okay? It's nothing against you, and I'm sorry, but we banned Roblox rants for a reason, and this isn't that far away from it. It's the same, it's Roblox stuff, it's the high-pitched chipmunk sped-up voice type thing, and it's just, it's not something that is your brand. It's something that everybody can do, and it's not VIP, okay? But like I said, I don't want to push you away. I want to encourage you to look elsewhere and talk to people in the VIP and see what, I mean, even if I refund you, you can stay in there for the remainder of the month and see what you can find. But I'm not going to force you, or I'm not going to make you pay for something that you're not getting the value out of, okay? So I am sorry about that. Kalia.
Clean up the... Get out of my store. Get out.
Stop it!
No. Oh my gosh. Hey!
This is a boss-only zone!
Well, get up and help. Please don't hit me. Please don't, Biggie.
Hi.
Ah! He's gonna get me!
All right. I made this yesterday. Wasn't sure if it was good enough, but it did well on TikTok and Instagram, okay? I feel like it's a meh clip. That's how I feel about all my videos lately. I decided to go ahead and post things. You never know what'll hit. Yeah. It's a good idea to just, at least you learn with each time you post. But I gotta say, I can barely keep track of what's going on. Every time I feel like I'm starting to understand it, it like cuts to you or whatever. It's very high speed.
Clean up
the... like this right here. Why the boom? What happened? Because right now, okay, she's leaving footprints. Now, for you, that was probably obvious, but you didn't make that obvious in the video. You didn't, like, point an arrow or you didn't zoom in on it.
Get out of my store.
Like, I don't get it. I don't know to look down there. I don't know the situation. Don't talk back to your boss does not clear that up for me, okay?
Get out.
Stop it!
No. Oh my gosh. Hey!
And then, real quick, let's do eyeline now.
Get out.
Stop it!
Right now, I'm kind of like looking for what to look at. Okay, there she was. Okay, now I'm looking at you.
Oh.
And then there's nothing here now. And so I don't know what to look at, but she's like way up here. So like these are the things that I would zoom in on the editing side.
Oh my gosh. Hey!
This is...
I think you are streaming vertically, so a lot of this stuff is kind of pre-cut already for you. It's pre-cropped, and that's going to cause a lot of issues with your... Because you don't know exactly where to look to perfectly frame it. It's not like a regular game. So that's a little more difficult for you. If there's a way that you can record it separately on OBS, the full screen, so you know how to edit it and like make the thing on the screen that you want, then that would be easier, I think. But for right now, there's not much clarity going on what is causing the conflicts. And so I'd try to keep it simple and one conflict and one way to overcome it, and that's it. But if you're not clear about what the conflict is, it's going to cause a lot of issues.
Don't hit me.
And honestly, the more you do this, like, don't feel bad about this one or any of them, because every one you submit, I say something that you didn't see before, and you're like, oh, obviously. It's so obvious once I hear somebody else say it, and that's how we all are. We're all way too close to our content to even see the issues.
Please don't, Biggie.
Hi.
Ah! He's gonna get me! He got me. Clean.
Did he? Because I didn't see that.
Get me! He's gonna get. Please don't, Biggie.
Hi.
Ah! He's gonna get.
Okay. Yeah, so many things happen in this moment. Like, right when I feel like I finally am gonna see something, then Biggie pops up. And then you scream, and then something hits you, but, like, there was just no... I couldn't... You're not giving me any time to register anything, okay? So, I hope all of that advice combined helps a little bit. Okay, shorties from Ben.
Did you know that biting your fingernails could actually kill you? That's what happened to John Gardner, who bit his nails so badly that chunks of skin and flesh would tear off until one finger became so infected he had to get an operation to have it amputated. But he didn't stop. He bit his other fingernail so much that 1 week after the operation, he got sepsis, a disease that causes the body to have a deadly reaction to infection, and he died from the disease. When was the last time you bit your fingernails? Did you know that biting...
Okay, better. It's grounded in reality. Good call. Now, when you keep improving at these things and it doesn't pick up, it's the art style. Okay, I'm gonna point something out that somebody pointed out to me. This right here, this head, whatever. There are gurus saying, here's how to, this niche is blowing up. Here's how to make all this money with this style. It's exactly what you're doing here. And so I look at it and I see skeleton niche. Just like all the other things, this is the same style that they're pushing. And so it can be taken off your channel and put on somebody else's because so many other people are doing this style of content. So I didn't know that was... this right here is something that everybody is doing, but everybody's doing it. And so I just wanted that to be pointed out. Like, shit, I can't remember. Somebody pointed it out in the mod channel or in the Yap channel. And it was a while ago. And yeah, it was one of those, this channel, this niche is printing money type stuff. It was exactly your style. And so I don't know if you came up with it or whatever, but it's something that everybody is copying and everybody can do. So that if these stories don't really work out, if you get real good at telling them and they don't work out, I recommend changing your style since everybody else can do it.
Of skin and flesh would tear off until one finger became so infected he had to get an operation to have it amputated. But he didn't stop. He bit his other fingernail so much.
Yeah, it's better. It's a lot better. So maybe the hook is probably it. Like when I see the style, I'm not necessarily interested personally. It's just, I don't know. I don't really connect to it, but...
Did you know that biting your fingernails could actually kill you?
Did you know that biting your fingernails could actually kill you? I think the stronger hook would be one dude, this guy bit his fingernails so much that it killed him. Like, it immediately hits instead, because I'm like, what? Really? Yeah, but when you say, did you know, and then it's combined with this style, I don't really necessarily know that this is going to be worth my time. So, I hope that helps a little bit. I mean, you've been struggling with this for a while, but the one issue that has remained the same the entire time is this, like, paint-drawn head on real people body thing that everybody else seems to be doing. So, yeah, I don't know if that helps you or not, but I do think that that's causing a lot of your issues. Ball Skits, you're up next. Short link number 1 is not a short link, but channel link is the shorts link. Okay, let's see.
So, as I was saying, So, as...
I have no idea what that was. You say, I don't really know what I could change, can't figure out the hooks in these animations. There is no hook. There's no story at all. There's nothing. Like, the animations are fine, but you need to tell a story. Right now, tell a story, damn it. Say, this person was going through something, or this is the situation, this person had a conflict, here's how they overcame it. Right now, this person is just saying blah, 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 then face, and that's it. There's nothing that happens. Right now, you're trying to make memes, you're trying to make jokes, and nobody's interested. But if you make them care about a situation, like this guy was blah, 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 and then he had this issue, and then he overcame it. Like, that's it. It's that simple. But right now, you're not hooking anybody. There's no hook.
So, as I was saying, So,
I don't even... Why did he get shot? He was just saying, whoa, whoa, whoa?
As I was saying,
I feel like I'm missing the joke. Like, it feels like this is an inside joke or a meme that I'm on the outside, right? What does whoa, whoa, whoa mean? Oh, never laugh at stutter. Oh, it's a stutter. Yeah, dude, you did not make that clear at all. Yeah, not clear at all. Maybe a text hook or something would have helped a lot more. But that was, yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would look more into storytelling. Like, dude, basically what I do when I'm looking for things is I get inspired. I watch a lot of other content. I break it down. What are they doing? How can I do my version of that? And then if that didn't work out, then I'd watch some more content. What are they doing? How can I do my version of that? And so that's where you need to start looking. You're very good. You are good at animating. You just need to know like what people like. Right now, randomness is not it.
I'm going to combine my most popular products to see if I can create my next bestseller. So my most popular products are keychains and scrunchies. So the idea is to make a scrunchy keychain, basically a wristlet. So here I have one of my velvet scrunchies, and a regular key ring just won't do. How am I supposed to attach that? So I bought something better. I got me one of these. I put it around the scrunchie like so. Then I'm going to add my little clasp. And now it's a keychain. But we got to test it out with a key. Beauty. So here we have my newest product, my crochet velvet scrunchie wristlets, available on my Etsy in 24 different colors. I'm going to combine my most popular...
Okay, I like it, but it seemed like there was a problem before the actual problem, and the problem itself wasn't built up enough to be a problem. Like it almost didn't seem like you overcame anything. You say, I know CTAs aren't best practice. Yeah, this one it is what it is, right? Even Craig Hill.
Available on my Etsy.
Yeah, it's fine. You saw a drop off. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't think the CTA was too long.
Scrunchy wristlets, available on my Etsy.
Available on my Etsy is like, so it's like 2 seconds. It will push people away, but it is what it is. I knew it was coming when you said, so here we have my blah, 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 blah. I ask Q&A how to turn shorts viewers into customers, and you show how they make, plus a quick CTA. Yeah, okay, so I felt that that's what you were doing, but it's almost like it didn't go into detail enough of the issue itself.
My most popular products to see if I can create my next bestseller. So my most popular products are keychains and scrunchies. So the idea is to make a scrunchy keychain, basically a wristlet. So here I have one of my velvet...
Yeah, so, when I think about this, the way that you pitch it, if we wanted to go the Craig Hill route, is you go like this camera, the talking head, and then you need like a top-down velvet, whatever, you know what I mean, the scrunchie and keychain. And you have those two on a table. And then you talk a little bit, and then you show the exact example from that other angle. And I think that would create enough visual stimulation to keep people interested. And then the keychain thing, it was so simple for you to overcome it. You said, so I bought this on Etsy and it worked, right? And it's like, oh shit. Like, I wish you had tried 2 more things and failed at it. You know what I mean? Just, I just wanted that story to be so much more than it was.
A regular key ring just won't do. How am I supposed to attach that? So I bought something better.
How am I supposed to attach that? I don't know. You didn't show me. You didn't show me why it failed, right? Like, I know it seems obvious, but make it more obvious, right?
I got me one of these. I put it around the scrunchie like so.
Like, you got one, but you could have included the research. You could have included the things that you knew would fail. Like, that's how Craig Hill really goes about it in their engineering vibe. They're like, so we tried this, or so we did this research, so we drew this blueprint, like, this is how this would work. They really go into the issue. You don't have to go that far, but you do need to dive a little bit more into the conflict. And I tell everybody that you should read Expert Secrets, but I think you should too. And what you should focus on is the Epiphany Bridge. It's a chapter where you jump into your origin story. And during your origin story, you talk about your input bias. Basically, all of the stuff that you had to do to get to this point. And with this situation, I don't want to buy your shit unless I know it's worth it. And you said, I found something online and I attached it, now you buy it. I'm not going to buy it. You didn't make me care enough. You didn't put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. And if you did, you didn't make it obvious. And so that's your marketing lesson for today. But yeah. All right. Oh, shit. It's past 5. Guys, I got to go. I'm sorry. I got to go. But Monday, we'll be back. Come back Monday. Submit for Monday. And Thursday, I'm going to do what we're doing basically is we're done with Fridays, but Thursdays are going real deep, and you get to submit your channel, and I really go into it. I kind of give you the VIP treatment, but for shorts instead. So that's what we're doing on Thursday, but just keep an eye out for your emails. I've got all your emails now. I got them all. Okay.